Hi everybody, it's Maureen. And when I say everybody, I'm probably talking to my friends and family. I'm thrilled to do this because I'm having such a great time doing YouTube videos. This week it was so funny. I did a live video of meal prepping my little egg bites that I make. The funny thing was I have a whole new respect for anybody that does a live YouTube video of cooking, putting makeup on, changing oil, anything that's a hands-on activity, because I'm telling you, it is not easy. I just looked at the video of me making my egg bites. I'm not sure if I'm even gonna post it because it was so comical. I don't know how these people do it. I'm technically challenged. I don't know how to edit, and obviously I'm making all kinds of mistakes in my videos and I don't know how to go back and correct it. But I'd rather get something out and be my true authentic self than to have it be all perfectly, I don't know, articulated and scripted. I need to be me. But I did make keto egg bites, which have one egg bite has 11 grams of protein, 90 calories, 4 grams of fat, and 2 carbs. So basically I would take an egg, I'd whisk it up, I would add probably a couple tablespoons of cottage cheese. This is for one egg bite. A couple tablespoons of cottage cheese. I would take probably 2, maybe 1 tablespoon of shredded sharp cheddar cheese. And then I added a little dollop of hot sauce because Bob likes hot sauce with his eggs. Mixed it all up, poured it in my egg pan, and then I sprinkled it with some bacon that I put on top. So the macros that I just read to you, 11 grams of protein, 90 calories, 4 grams of fat, and 2 carbs is pretty good and nutritious for an egg bite. What made it so funny is that I sprayed my pan. I sprayed the pan and I couldn't get those things out. So what was actually one egg bite was cut in half because the bottom stuck to it. Anybody who knows me knows that I am not Betty Crocker. So that I could lose weight on keto is amazing because I had to cook and I had to meal prep, and I'm a believer in it. But this was a disaster. The whole house smelled like smoke. Had we not already disconnected our smoke alarms, it would have been going off. So I did that one day, and then the next day I had to completely clean my oven because I've been doing some blueberry meal prep things, and it had spilled over and the house was a smoky mess. I had to throw my pan away. It's just a disaster. It was just a disaster. And if you guys know me and know me in the kitchen, you can see this whole thing unfolding. Anyhow, I wanted to talk about something that's somewhat personal, but it's true. You know, health is truly wealth. And if we don't have our health, then what do we have? Losing weight is the easy part. I know that sounds silly, but losing weight is the easy part. It's the circumstances that make losing weight difficult. You know, we all have, well, the majority of us, I'll speak for myself, we all have some type of trauma, whether it's physical, emotional, spiritual. There's a lot of trauma. How I handle and how I cope trauma is I have always ate. And I'd go through the cabinets and I could just mow through, like I've talked about originally, a bag of coconut. Or if we would have had a bag of cookies, I could have consumed the entire bag of cookies. Not homemade cookies, but prepackaged processed ones. So that was like the root of my problem, because again, losing weight is easy, but it's the circumstance that's causing you to gain the weight, to not be healthy. That is what I found for me. In fact, I've had a number of sleepless nights. Last night I was up and I was just, jotting and taking down some notes about what has been my struggle with my weight. And it's been, I think, trauma. Like my husband, if he has heart issues, and he's in the hospital, I go and I get muffins, or I go and get chocolate, or I eat what's quick. When I'm home, if there's an unsettling phone call, or there's somebody that I love or know that's in need, my first response is to go to the cabinet and eat. I don't do that anymore because I was able to connect my heart, my brain, in my spiritual life with my God and be able to put it all together. So now I feel like I'm a force to be reckoned with now, because I've got more control over it. I'm not 100%. We still have issues. I mean, everybody has issues at times, but that's something that I discovered in this process of losing weight or changing a lifestyle, because not everybody's meant to be, 150 pounds. Some people's bodies, they're meant to be 200 pounds, some of them 110. I mean, I'm not to judge. I am not judging anybody. I have no intention. But for me, for myself, I had to show myself self-love, and I had goals and I wanted to achieve it. So it takes 21 days to make a habit. And so if I took a big bite of something, that's not going to feel real good. So I kind of did my lifestyle in stages, and that worked for me. So at 21 days, it had all connected. The scale was moving, the clothes were fitting, and I thought, this is something that I can do. There was lots of humorous things that happened. I know it doesn't sound like it, but my body is not a normal body. I don't digest food the way a lot of people would digest food. I just have issues. Let's just say that I have issues, but I'm able to kind of connect it now. I think what we all have to do is decide that we're going to build on a lifestyle, not a diet, but a lifestyle. Now, if your lifestyle includes walking 5 miles a day, bike riding, maybe even for some people, it's just sitting down at a couch and they've got those little, steps that you move, just to move your body, to get your heart rate up, then that's what you can do. That is a lifestyle change. Once you have the confidence of doing that, you may be able to feel like you can stand up and you may have better balance, or your heart rate goes up and you're like, gosh, maybe I can walk around the house. Because there's a lot of people who deal with health issues or health challenges that prevent them from doing exercise. Me, as a cancer survivor, it took everything sometimes I had to go to the bathroom. So just a small little stair step thing sitting down at the couch could be a big deal. So I'm not to judge anybody, but you just have to look at these things. And then once you turn, 50, 60, 70, I'm not talking to the young people, because a lot of y'all are already very active, and, like my niece, she plays tennis and that releases endorphins. I'm still doing Pilates. I don't know if it releases endorphins. I exercise to eat. Yeah, living in Louisiana, food is important, and I like good food. Not my own always, because it's not the best, but I know it's not processed. So release those endorphins to feel good mentally. When you feel good mentally, you're able just to feel good and know that wealth is not a dollar amount, but wealth is your health, where you're not dealing or suffering from autoimmune issues or back issues or mental clarity issues, because you're making lifestyle changes for yourself. And that is so important. I'm looking at notes. We always do the best we can. Mindful eating. Mindful eating is so important. So if I'm going to go into the kitchen, I'm like, okay, I've got blueberries, I've got cherries, and I've got pork rinds. Okay, mindful eating. So I cleared the stuff from the house, although I do have some zucchini blueberry bread in the oven, but it does have sugar. Will I eat a piece? Yes, I will. Will I work it off? Absolutely. Will I enjoy it and not feel guilty? Of course, because I want to be successful in life. I'm not going to limit myself. I'm going to be mindful of what I put in my mouth, always. And I was more strict about it years ago. I just was more strict about it. Our whole society, it seems like it's focused around food. If we go to a funeral, we have a luncheon. If we're visiting with friends, we're going to have coffee or drink or have a cake. If it's a birthday party or a celebration, food is very central to our life, and it's part of fellowship. It's part of what we do when we communicate and visit with our friends or family. It's so important. Back in the days, I'm going to be honest. If I was going to go to someone's house, sometimes I would eat a meal before I went. That way, if I was at their house and I was hungry, I wouldn't get up and get seconds, because I wanted to be considerate of everybody who was there, and I didn't want to be a pig. So I would have 2 meals. This also contributed to my weight gain. And I'm like, what? Why can't I control what I put in my mouth when I go to somebody's house? So I'm eating 2 meals. 2 meals. I was eating 2 meals. I'm just being honest. But my life is full. I enjoy my life and I have no regrets. I think maybe my next video might be talking about a little bit of trauma that kind of got me to where I was so heavy, and how I continue to be very mindful of what I put in my mouth. I hope somebody's getting something out of what I have to say, because I'm enjoying this. I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy talking to the people in the YouTube world. I'm not sure if anybody wants to hear me, but I've got so much to say, so many stories to talk about. And I just want to share a little bit of myself and my journey, from my moments to my memories and more. And this is part of the more. Trauma is part of the more. But you have to decide, is there humor in this? Because I can turn any bad situation into a very humorous situation. I think most people can. But I think we all have to realize that our goal sometimes isn't just to lose weight or to get physically fit. Sometimes our goal is to deal with emotional, physical, or spiritual trauma. And once we've been able to do that, man, our life is just open. We are released to be who we were meant to be, not only for ourselves, but for those that we love and those who surround us. I hope everybody has enjoyed this. I hope everybody goes out and make a memory. If you like this video, like and subscribe. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.